Yo, what's going on, guys? It's ComplexBearr back again today with another video. Today I'm going to be going over some tight angles and spawn peaks you can do in Rainbow Six Siege. Let's get into it. First map, we're going to be doing it on this theme park, and first off I'm going to be showing you this sort of spawn peak that you can do on Cafe, where you run out the front door, and if you've got something for nitro cell, you can run up to the wall and throw it over, and I'll show you where it lands. If you aim it right, you should be able to land it just outside this door. I missed by a little bit, but you'll be able to get anyone who's running out from that teacups spawn, and you'll be able to get them with the C4 like that. This next clip is a bullet hole angle you can get that leads all the way down to the end of, if I angle it right, to the stairway down at the end of the hallway. This is a really good angle because it's very hard to see from the end of the hallway. It is almost impossible to notice, especially if you crouch, and you have this very good angle that heads all the way down to the back of yellow stairs. From here it's barely noticeable that there's even a bullet hole there, and it's a really good angle that I've used a few times to get some kills on this map. Now this is a really nice angle if you're going to be defending office and initiation room. What you can do is you can come over here and break these boxes and break all the cups and everything, then lean to the left, and for that doorway over there you can ping it, come down and put a bullet hole through, and you can see straight into that doorway. Now this is a really good because it's again a bullet hole, so it's hard to spot,
10 seconds remaining.
And that's a really common push angle. People will commonly come up from this window right there or through that back doorway and push up through the bathroom on this side, and that little bullet hole is very hard to notice, especially with the lighting in this room, and it's a really strong angle to hold if you're anchoring. Now if you're attacking in the throne room on theme park, what you can do is, say there's a bandit and you don't have a Thatcher or someone, what you can do is either Sophia or Ash charge the bottom of the top of that wall there, and then also do it to the roof here, and I'll go upstairs. Now you get an angle straight over onto where the bandit will be putting his charges. First get rid of that. You have this angle that leads straight onto the bandit, and if your thermite's trying to get the wall open, you can have a Zofia or someone sitting up here and just pinging off shots at that bandit or Cade or whoever's trying to get that wall electrified. Another angle you can do is, say you're defending, you can vault up onto this wall, run down, and then vault onto this ledge here, because you want to be, if you're defending initiation room, you want to have this reinforced, so that way they can't just walk straight across the bridge. And this also, you can lie down and get really good angle straight across into down the hallway and also downstairs, and anyone trying to push off yellow stairs, it's a really strong angle. Now this next angle is going to be a angle with Chalet if you're defending bunk and daycare on theme park. What you can do is, in this one spot, it is a really common spot for defenders to sit, right in this little corner. You'll often have someone like a doc or someone sitting here and just like using the rotation hole and just pinging people off. What you can do is a Chalet, if all the walls aren't reinforced, what you can do is use your sniper and shoot straight through, and I didn't quite aim it right that time, but if you aim it about right, I think it's around there, yeah, you can get an angle straight onto that little spot. So if I aim right there, it's pretty much, I'll ping it and show you exactly where the bullet landed. That is pretty much where that person's going to be sitting, and you can't really see it from where you're in a pretty safe angle from where you're standing. Now this is going to be a cool little Legion trick that I thought of, where what you do is you put your Legion trap at the bottom here, break the bottom of this open, then come upstairs, and you have to select impact nades on Legion to do this. usually impact right here in the middle of the little control room thing. And you can firstly see straight down outside, so you can see anyone about to vault in. And paired with the goo mines, it makes it very strong, because usually people, if you chuck them down there, usually people try and take that out straight away before they take damage, and because they'll probably drone it out, they'll see all around here is clear on both sides, so they'll think they're safe, and then when they go to pull that out, it's an easy ping, especially since the metal bar's going this way. It's very easy, and I've gotten many kills doing this tactic. Next map we're going to be doing is Clubhouse, and I'm going to show you this tight angle that you can do when defending in blue stairs. You can come on this little generator thing, there's a tiny little gap between, and you can sit here and watch down the stairs, and this is a really tough angle to see from the other direction. Smart players will know this, but it's very hard to get a shot through there. Like, all those shots are hitting the generator. Those are the only ones that are missed. Next is a spawn peak that sort of is a play on the usual one while defending basements, where people will usually run out here and take out anyone spawning out that back entrance. Instead, come upstairs and impact this wall here and run out over here. Firstly, you get a much longer angle straight into their spawn, and this one's not used as often, so you won't be noticed. The only thing is it's very easy to get picked off from that back spawn there, or wherever they come out, here or over here. Another angle they can use, it doesn't really matter which bomb site, but you break this open at this window open and pool table, and come across into strip, and you can punch a hole in the wall. You can either do bullet holes, but it's still hard to see even with these holes, and you look between the two white vans, and it's a very good angle to use because people probably usually come around the back of the van and pull up from this side, and it just sort of plays on the normal spawn peak of just going straight out pool table, but this is a lot easier to see than
enemy controlled area. Leave now. Your location has been compromised.
being on this side and looking through that wall. You will get good players who will see that and just start spraying straight away, but it's unlikely, and it's better than going straight at the window. Okay, so this is a strong spawn peak for anyone spawning at shipping docks. You can either use a punch hole like this, and you can see straight across for anyone spawning there and coming across that right side, or you can be a bit sweatier, and if you do on the right angle, not like I did just then, and use a bullet hole, and you can see straight around that corner. And it's nice and tight around that corner, so if anyone will unexpected, and if they're say looking at the doorway for a spawn peak or the big hole, like that's a lot more noticeable than my bullet hole, so I would more commonly go for the bullet hole. Just do it in the right spot. But yeah, if someone sees that, they're usually just going to spray it straight away, but no one's really going to notice the tiny little bullet hole. This next one's going to be an angle that leads straight up into server room. What you do is you'll come underneath and you can see straight up onto anyone who's going to vault through that window. And it's quite a good angle for defenders to have, because that's a really common push spot. Just be careful, you can get shot from a lot of angles underneath. This next angle is going to be for when you're defending basement on Clubhouse. For anyone who's trying to push up dirt, you can use this little angle right here just over the box, and it pretty much leads straight onto head height. So if you're over here, you can get it, so coming around here, it's fairly noticeable if someone's actually looking at it, but you'll be able to get the pick off before that you actually get noticed, unless they're looking straight for that spot. This next trick is going to be with barbed wire. Any operator that has barbed wire, what you can do is put them on top of these stacks, and it makes it very hard to see your head through the barbed wire. You can put it on top of any of these stacks, and it just creates a nice little angle for you. That's quite hard to see, and especially if you do what I've just done and doubled it up on that angle, it's just extremely hard to see your head, and as soon as you see movement, just sort of spray in that direction. This next spot is going to be when you're playing on the Outback and defending Party Room. What you want to do is come to this desk, break both this chair here and that chair, go underneath, and you'll be able to get an angle straight over the top of the bull that's right around head height. You'll also be able to see anyone pushing out of games room. Another spot is on the other side of this desk. If anyone is coming through the window, you'll be able to get a very easy angle straight on them, or if they're holding an angle there, it's an easy shot. It is also quite a hard spot for the defenders to spot, because you really have to get on quite a tight angle to see that spot, and when you jump through, you're usually going to be looking hard right, or sort of to the edge of that doorway, not really down here, and also stairs, because those are the more common spots for people to be sitting. In the more vulnerable areas, you'll be very rare you'll see someone under this desk. You can also get a shot on anyone who's an Ash who's trying to sprint upstairs and rush the objective. For this next map, we're going to be doing on Consulate, and this is a little nitro cell trick that you can do for anyone coming through the sort of main visa office doorway. What you want to do is put your Valkyrie camera right here, because that, for anyone who's standing or even crouching, they're not going to be able to see it. They're going to have to fully prone to be able to see it coming through the front doorway, and then attention's not going to be focused on the desk. I'll show you the cam real quick. You can get a good sight straight down the hallway and onto that visa doorway. Now what you want to do is come downstairs. Now what you want to do is put a little hole at the bottom here, go on your cams and wait for someone to push through that front doorway, and it's going to be very hard to notice if you make this little hole with your deagle, and you can either just throw a nitro cell up and explode it, or just take shots from underneath. I would usually go for the nitro cell and not bother making the hole, because you've got your camera there, and yeah, just use the nitro cell, throw it up, and get an easy kill for anyone pushing up through the front doorway. For this next spot on Consulate, you're going to want to have impact nades, and when you're defending the lobby bomb site, you want to throw your impact nade directly above the furthest window, and this will give you a really nice angle on anyone who's trying to push through that window. You can see them straight onto the ground, and also when they're rappelling, starting to rappel up, it will be an easy ping for you, because from down here, oh that's right, I'm defending, it's very hard to sort of, when you're rappelling, you're not going to be sort of looking straight up, and even with the lighting, unless you're ADSing with a ACOG, it's going to be very hard to see that person sitting up there, and they probably won't pay that much attention to it. For this next spot, you're going to want to be defending meeting room, and what you want to do is come into administration and come to this wall at the very edge, lie down, and you can either again make punch holes or be a bit sneakier and put bullet holes in. Now with this, you can see straight into that doorway, and also you'll be able to see anyone who tries to rappel in through the window, and as they come in, you're going to be seeing them as they jump down. Also, if you're someone like Doc or someone with barbed wire or a lesion, you could be able, if you put your barbed or something on the stairs, you'll be able to hear them, and then you can just spray at the bottom of it for anyone trying to come up the stairs. With the bullet holes, it's quite strong, because look at the spray and then look at the bullet holes. Some people will notice that, and some people won't pay attention to it at all. Now when defending the basement site on Consulate, the very common angle for people, well, spawn peak for people to do is through this window right here. So a good counter to that is to vault up onto this barrel, then onto the trash bin, and lean to your right, and you can get a pixel through, and you'll be able to hit shots through, and it will be very hard to counter, because that's almost impossible to see that tiny little gap, and you'll catch so many defenders off guard with it. A maverick trick that you can do on reinforced walls, if you know there's someone camping in the spot, what you can do is blowtorch the bottom of it, then put your claymore up to it, and you'll be able to get that claymore will be able to deal damage through that little spot. So if anyone runs past, or if they're sitting on top of that spot, they're gonna get killed by a claymore. This next spot is gonna be on Cafe,
Down to 10 seconds.
and what you want to do is come over to this desk over here, break, keep punching through it, and eventually you'll get through the other side.
Keep an eye out for Op 4
Now,
attempting to defuse your
I didn't
bomb.
quite do it high enough. Let me try this again. You break out high enough. Now you can see all the way down along the hallway for where that hatch leads down. So if anyone tries to drop through hatch, you're going to be able to take them out as soon as they drop down. Your real only counter is from this window behind you, but as long as you're paying attention to it and listening out for repels and everything, you should be okay. Full credit goes to ComplexBearr for this spot. I first saw him do it. Now this next spot is going to be for anyone again when you're defending top bomb site, but for anyone who's trying to push up through the big skylight, what you can do is come down to this wall. Easier if you ping the corner of it, come down to the wall and hit right on the ping. This you can have a little angle through the wall straight up onto that corner, which is quite hard to counter. If you're looking for it, it's fairly easy to see, but not many people are looking for it, so it's actually quite a good spot. And if you're quick, you'll be able to ping them off before they actually can take you out. For this next spot, if you're attacking on Cafe and you know someone's sitting behind the bar in Bakery, what you can do is vault on top of this car, push right to the side, not too far to the left, lean, and you can get this angle right into bar, straight onto behind where the computer usually sits. And if someone's sitting there, it's an easy ping for you. I've gotten a couple kills from doing this. You can barely notice the head peeking over. It's like half a fraction of a frame poking over the top, and it's quite a strong angle to hold. This next spot is for when you're going to be defending hookah and billiards on coastline. What you want to do is lie down and come to this little gap between the bomb and the desk.
Surveillance on
Lie
bomb.
down and you can get an angle straight onto that window, which is quite hard to spot from the other angle due to firstly this sort of smoke coming off the bomb, and it's such a small little spot. You've got the little glass and jar stuff in front of you, so unless they're sort of rappelling upside down, it's going to be very hard to spot, and I've got multiple kills from lying down that spot. For my next spot, you want to be defending, or it doesn't really matter, but more likely you want to be defending basement on Chalet, and you want to vault on top of this car and lie down, and it makes it a very hard angle to, a very unlikely angle to spot while pushing in, because this is quite a common push spot when attacking basement. You probably get people pushing up through the garage, and also people pushing up through here, and say even if they drone, as long as you push yourself far back enough, because I probably usually drone through that doorway, as long as you go far enough back on the car, you will be very hard to spot from that drone, and it'll be an easy pick. For my next spot, you also want to be defending basement, and you also want to play Valkyrie. And what you want to do is chuck one of your, you can either put one of your Valkyrie cams just on the edge ledge, like that. Now this way you can see all the way down onto the snowmobiles outside. And when you see someone, say like the Thatcher or the Ace or someone trying to push up, what you can do is throw your nitro cell outside, and you can see that landing right next to the snowmobile. That will be an easy pick for anyone who's trying to open up that garage doorway, and it's quite hard to defend against. This next spot will be a pixel peek onto the front doorway of Chalet. You can see this slight little line over the double barricade, and once you see someone try to push up to the doorway, all you have to do is just spray through and it'll be an easy headshot. This next angle will be when you're attacking on the trophy room bomb site on Chalet, what you can do is lie down and look through this drone hole, and you can get this angle straight onto the doorway and also onto the rotate hole, will usually be right here. This is quite strong and I've gotten many kills from using this. You also see a few people hiding behind the little trophy here, and you can easily ping them off. For this next spot, you again want to be defending basement on Chalet. What you want to do is come to the snowmobile garage corridor, lie down behind this box and lean to the left. This way you'll get an easy angle straight onto the stairs, because usually people will be coming around tight around these stairs and probably watching doorway and not really looking to swing down that little gap there. They'll also probably be watching this little side here for anyone camping that little spot, and this will be an easy ping for anyone. As long as you aim at your head height, it'll be an easy kill. For this next spot, you want to be defending bar, and what you can do is come behind the bar to where the boxes are, crouch and look between this tiny little gap that then leads down to the small corridor leading towards the dining room. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed. If you want more content like this, where I go through sort of tips and tricks on Rainbow, drop a comment saying that you'd like more. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Helps a lot. And I'll catch you guys on the flip.